It's a cold one today. I have been on the fence about the section of our Doe enclosure right behind me. I've waited to the last minute to make up my mind. What I wanted to avoid from the very beginning of this project was putting in more fence posts than I needed. So rather than putting a fence post in the ground right here next to the building, I'm going to mount a smaller pole to the building to wrap the fence around. I've got kind of a wide gap here, longer than you could normally use a cross H brace for. And I really didn't want to put another fence post in the middle of the ground and get 2 more H braces to connect from the building over to this post. So my first plan was to use a really long cedar log from our own property to span that distance. But after working with the fence out here, I realized the major weak point for keeping the fence tight is along the bottom of the fence. And a cross H brace just along the top isn't going to help me with that. So I was going to have to put T-posts in that gap anyways. I thought T-posts with the cross H brace would look a little funny, and it's a pretty small gap, relatively speaking. So I think I'm just going to not do the top H brace and just go with the T-posts in the middle. Here's what the pole looks like so far. 2x4 scraps to space it away from the barn. I put the staples in just in case I want to do those diagonal wires. Right now I'm not planning on doing that, but if I change my mind, and I do sometimes change my mind, it'll be just, impossible to put those staples in later. I'm going to be using some massive lag bolts to attach it to the barn. The reason they have to be that long is they have to go through that kind of skinny pole, through the 2x4 spacer, through the siding of the barn, go through the gap here before it even gets to the post. I'm pretty sure I put those 2x4 spacers strategically where they're going to pierce the siding and go through the 2x6s before they go into these massive beams here. But still, you want those lag bolts to go into the actual post, not just, tack in slightly on those 2x6s. I do need to get Wendy's help to hold that thing in place while I drill. She's still waking up, so when she's ready, we'll do that. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit you. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready because I'm afraid.
It'll be fine. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. back it out. Go back in again.
It's gonna need goggles either.
Okay, you want these? Here, wear these instead. Okay, that's about right. Okay. You know what? This is going to take a little while. You don't have to hold it. Let me just get this through and then we'll do the next hole. Thank you very much, Wendy. I'm going to back this top screw out and replace this block that split. I'll be using a wider bit to do a pilot hole through the pole and through the block so it won't be under quite so much pressure. But before I do that, Wendy thought it'd be a good idea, and it probably is a good idea, to finish stretching the long line of fence here. We do need to return that fence puller to Isaac, who's letting us borrow it. And Wendy just wanted to make sure that this long stretch of fence, we could get that done today for sure. It's another cold one today. I thought I was going to be able to finish the fence yesterday, but I got as far as I needed to. Pretty thick ice. We bought a couple of tank de-icers, and it's definitely one of the big reasons that we had power put out here to the goat barn. Wendy didn't want me to leave them plugged in and working while the goats had access to the extension cords and the outlets. Now that that fence is up and it's not finished, but it's tight enough that the goats can't get in there, I went ahead last night and plugged in those de-icers again. It was a cold one. I had to break up ice just to have liquid water to put it in last night. So I'm very happy this morning. We've got liquid water in both of the tanks. I'll show you the other one. I thought I was going to drink and show you, but that's all right. It's good to have drinkable water for the goats. All I've got left to do is the one last pole to wrap the fence around. I've got the fence puller hooked up with a combination of ratchet straps, a cable pole, and a chain. Whatever works. Oh, goodies. We also bought 3 electric water buckets to keep here in the goat barn. Another one back there. Hey Barry, what do you think of this cold weather? Thanks for watching. Remember, your dreams are closer than the moon. Thanks for taking this trip around the moon with us.